Jace is also open, but ThunderTalk has prioritized to go for the Camille, Wukong, and Rakan. Oh man, this is a heavy 5v5 this time around by ThunderTalk. Although the pick composition will still be there because of course, because of the Camille. One must say that the layering of crowd control and of course the AoE covered by all the skills should scare KBG by a bit. But the response here by T-Pest Gaming is to lock down the Aatrox. This Aatrox should go to Daton, so no Kha'Zix in game number 3.
This is so similar to how KBG responded when ThunderTalk didn't have something like a Garen in their line. When they pick up the Camille, when they pick up the Wukong, instead they immediately responded with this Aatrox pick. And KBG will have first pick selection, first pick priority as well after the second band rotation. That way they can actually, you know, maybe just get one more champion here for Andran. Maybe even go for the double ADC this time around.
Yeah. Oh, Zeri! A very pivotal pick for both sides. We all know that Zian on Run 9 does favor playing Zeri more so on Run because this is the champion and where Unrun was able to get
He loves the champion.
Pentakill? Yeah, like he plays this champion so different to what I'm accustomed in seeing. Because normally, once a Zeri get picked, you would say that hey, the early game damage isn't going to be there, and we can be hyper aggressive. This is an expected response because you cannot really give away the Ashe over to Xiaoma because again the threat of the double ADC or double marksman is there for KBG. However, this pickup on the Akali, what would be the response? Okay. So they needed the utility. So instead of playing the Karma, they went for the Morgana, which is definitely a moment. Because you don't often see Morgana nowadays, right? Because it doesn't really present or give you a lot of damage. However, when it comes to being able to buff off your team, that Black Shield will allow for your Aatrox to be a little bit scarier than he should be.
Soul Shackles will be key as well in this team fight against ThunderTalk because KBG knows they are gonna go in without hesitation. But if Xiaoma lands those Soul Shackles onto them, pin them down, that's when Daton, Anran, and KG can actually pop off, layer it down for the rest of the team so that they can serve and execute the members here of ThunderTalk.
Yeah, we saw this once before with NGX. They went on to draft the Morgana as a replacement for a Karma, but like if you were to ask me what champion I would prefer, Karma or the Morgana, like the immediate answer will be Karma right away. Yeah, because the damage of Morgana is so negligible, especially because you can just avoid it by not stepping on the tormented soil, right? Or tormented shadow, as we call it here in Wild Rift. But if anything, like the layering of crowd control for KBG is definitely going to be there. So expect that a lot of ThunderTalk players would go for the Perseverance rune. To those that are curious as to what Perseverance is, there you go. I mean, two of the members does have Perseverance. That's going to be the Wukong and the Rakan. It gives you 10% tenacity built in, and it also gives you additional armor and magic resistance on the very first hard crowd control that hits you. It's actually a good rune, in my opinion. That's also something I flex in my rank games, especially when facing against this heavy CC team.
ThunderTalk gonna be needing every bit of resistance, especially against the crowd controls here of KBG, because if they layer it down, it's so hard to maneuver around in a team fight, especially for Z, because he doesn't have that Perseverance. If it gets hit by one, the CC chain will be there.
There is also a note in where Xiaoma did choose this Black Shield user or Morgana to be that Black Shield towards the champion that will get attacked by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Right? Like you see from a mile away happening, you can immediately cast the Black Shield because we all know that it can be casted real time. There's really no animation when it comes to all the shields that is being casted by the utility supports. So that's also one of the reasons why they went for the Morgana instead of the Karma.
Instantaneous utility here for the members of KBG. And it's going to be very important for Shama to connect those Dark Windings as well later.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe if they get like the cash onto SM, at least SMY, that could be key, because oftentimes we see SMY getting caught up a bit. Yeah, this guy is just an absolute monster on this champion.
It's this is also on the Project Zeri, right? Like this is a skin, a Wild Rift exclusive skin. So to all PC users out there and are enjoying Wild Rift eSports, it's not available into your shop. That's because it's only exclusive here in Wild Rift. But I've heard that, you know, some of the Wild Rift exclusive skins are already getting developed. There was a PC version as well. So yeah, sooner or later, maybe we will be seeing, you know, PC Project Zeri.
7 wins and only 1 loss on Andran on this champion.
Sure.
The only time that he lost a game with the
When was it?
is against JDG Game 3. 3 champions on KBG actually had 100% win rate. Fiora, the Ashe, and the Zeri.
Yeah.
But they won. JDG won that. And right now, they're looking to redeem that again here, since they do have 2 of the 3 champions here in this game as well.
That wasn't really a dominating win by JDG, right? Like, oh, how that thought?
Oh.
That's an Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Immediately gets avoided here by Unrun 9. What he cannot avoid, though, is the pressure being put on by Z. And again, this matchup between Z and Unrun 9 has been our primary focus in the series. And rightfully so, right? We know that Unrun 9 has surpassed Z as the mid lane to look out for here in WRL. And now Z is here to try to reclaim his throne as the best mid lane.
I kind of got confused there, since we also don't see Z when he goes on that shroud. KBG just gonna be backing away whenever Z threatens alongside with SMY. They know that it's not yet the time for Andran to go in, especially with this really long time scaling champion. The Tom is here. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Ult got invested here by Unrun 9. Enough wave clear to dissuade any push attempt by Thunder Talk, because we have to remember this Rakan by SMY, it brings Demolish with him, and we have seen this over and over again, that he will try to be extra cheeky, get those plates in for his carries every once in a while, and yeah, just by being able to wave clear your lanes properly, it prevents this SMY tactic that we've seen over and over again.
I'm actually a little bit scared for Thunder Talk, especially with this Aatrox pick off by the Tom. It's one of the reasons why they won and got a really good restoration of the momentum against JDG. And the Ton actually is really good on this champion too. The only upside here for Thunder Talk is that they do have the Akali for Z. So there's still that executing damage that they can use to take this down.
Because oftentimes, whenever faced against the Aatrox, you have to combine crowd control with burst, and both of them Thunder Talk does that. The only caveat there is, of course, this Morgana pickup. How effective will the Black Shields be? Because if we, well, the Black Shields right now in its current state, in its current form, isn't really that impactful in my opinion. Because the Black Shield is just so easy to burst down. It's so little in shields, but however, hold that thought, KBG.
They're looking to interfere. But this time they don't have the consistent damage of Xiaoma. It's more of the burst. So we see the impact immediately of this one change of champion.
Now Thunder Talk, first to the Dragon department. And so KBG wants to at least get an evening. Rift Herald, Thunder Talk, Z is here. SMY going for the engage.
You double knock up. Andran is here for the free hit this time around though.
Oh boy, SMY survives.
Okay. But still, SMY is okay. That's a Cyclone just for the disengage, and XY will be fine too. No RH. Thunder Talk took the Dragon. Looks like it's gonna be the reset here for KBG.
But the World Ender is set to expire soon. So XY and company would still threaten this steal by XY. KBG 5-man strong. Oh, Yu.
With the flash, they secure the kill onto SMY, and now
Steve
answering back a 1-for-1. The damage is so real for Thunder Talk, and KBG, the met with more casualties this time.
So KG Will he be able to recall in time? Oh man, Xbox. Oh, okay.
Oh!
Execute. All right. But that still is a delayed tempo towards KBG. Were you able to catch as to who was able to get the Ritheral? Because that missed my attention by a bit. I was looking at the series of plays being made here by Thunder Talk. Of course, they focused down on Run. Run immediately got killed. And then that is just an easy execution by Thunder Talk. Oh, it was that tone that was able to get the Rift Herald. So it's not quite what happened during game number 2, in where the Dragon went over to KBG and then Thunder Talk was able to get the Rift Herald. So yeah, right now KBG would be using this Rift Herald effectively to just bend their gold further.
Anran getting threatened one more time. It's gonna
Okay,
be fine.
there you
Fortunately,
go.
the Thon was able to actually get that R8, right? Because now
True.
they were able to at least get some plays, channel the gold onto the Thon as well, and it will help his snowballing and
Yeah.
scaling factor as well.
But do you really want to give it to the Tone or Run 9? Because like at this point, you need ever gold onto your superstar mid laner, right? Like you will always be that late game win condition for them and for their squad. And Samuai meeting with Yu and just exchanging some pleasantries. Oh,
The battle.
Black
Arrow.
Shield.
Oh, good use of Black Shield by Xiaoma. Very proactive. SMY this time is gonna get caught, but it's not met with much damage from Xiaoma and Yu. So it should be fine. Wow, that took so much time, but Z finally gets that 1v1 kill against Andan. Bot side though, KG will be met by 3 people and should fall down. Perfect timing and execution by Thundertalk.
mid lane showdown is now favoring Z. We did say that Z is out here trying to reclaim the throne as the best mid laner in CN, and so far, so good for him.
Battle of ADCs this time around, or Dragon Laners. Xiaoma losing a bit there, since it doesn't really have that consistent damage, so it's gonna be fine.
Didn't even have to use the flash, but this is the massive swing towards Thunder Talk. This Unrun 9 pickup of the Zero, we all know how confident he is on the champion. Another arrow going to connect. No! Very slippery is Unrun 9. But again, the issue continues. Unrun 9 is not going to do a thing against Z, especially with the amount of gold that he was able to get in all those team fights that he was able to win.
Like SMY was still able to go back into the base. Tower gonna be falling down in bot lane. He's staying in top as he waits for Soil and the rest of Thundertalk. And patience plays.
Run again.
This time around, it's being threatened. Z is hiding under the shroud,
Boom.
waiting to kill him for the second time. And the Taunt finds only shadows right in front of him.
0-3 and 1, and Run 9 had to fix his seat. Because rightfully so, like right now, Z is just saying and is in full control of this mid lane mano a mano. Like 2 items already completed for the Kali. This is a matchup nightmare for the Zeri. Like every time that he sees the Zeri, he will just go in.
Yeah, twice in a row, Thundertalk having more opportunities right now across the map, especially with the win now. It's well established that Z can just easily take down Andron, especially that he was able to take him down twice. And now KBG has to group up, but so does Thundertalk right now in this Dragon.
Thunder Talk is, pull that out, that tone.
Next the ultimatum, gets the burst, and the Aatrox is dead, the taunt is dead, and now Z going right in onto Shaman, but
Yu-Yu?
actually focuses more on to Andron 9. Yu gonna be in trouble to
Boom.
slash into that sweep, and we will fall down. That's a shuriken flip, and down he falls. Thundertalk cleaning everyone from KBG.
Thunder Talk! With the way things are going, we could be seeing again a 10k gold deficit victory towards their side. As early as now, you're now grasping as to what they are capable of doing with their lineup. They would be winning the side lanes, they would be winning the team fights, and they would ultimately win the game. Let's look at that lineup. Let's look at that replay once again. That enchanted crystal arrow connecting onto that tone. Aatrox cannot move, Aatrox cannot breathe, Aatrox cannot live.
And the follow-up as well, the confidence from Thundertalk is just so good. And Andron cannot play in this game. is always being met by Z, and every single time that their eyes connect, Andran falls down.
Yeah, I tell you, like 0-4-1 is unheard of whenever we see Unrun play this champion. It all started with that assassination on the top side. It just continued from that point on.
The Dawn will be passing this World Ender, but he cannot close the distance. And every time Z is there, they should always be cautious.
Cannot really outdamage the Akali right now with the amount of gold that he has. He's so accelerated. SMY is here.
SMY will be met by the tower instead and will fall down. Perfect use of that push. And Yu gets that outplay. Shin is going to be in trouble. The Dawn and Andran are on their way. This is
going
still
for the
a
chase.
Camille.
Let's see. Can they do it?
They should be able to do it. Hook shot is a bit of a long cooldown, and Andran will be helping them out as well.
Yep.
But what's different though is the response by Thundertop. Again, late pressure on top side, and again vision on top side river as well.
There wasn't even an attempt to help their Baron laner, right? Like, oh, too bad, you're dead. Thundertalk just went on to defend the mid lane and yeah, put on the pressure on the top lane. They knew immediately that that long lane was already a doom for Shin. But again, if you are Thundertalk, never mind Shin, never mind the other members, what they have to be really proud of this game is that Z was able to get a lot of kills on towards the leader of KBG on run 9, 3-0-4 on that Akali, closing in on the third item for the Akali, and it's just going to be an easy snipe down. Not just on Unrun, like but also to other members for sure. Oh man,
we saw
this is
how quickly Daton's HP got deleted a while.
Sure.
Because of Z.
This is a career game, and a message being sent by Thundertalk's mid laner as well. Oh, X-Buy could just easily die here. Okay. Luckily, Daton's dash was a little bit too late, and X-Buy just trying to steal. Enchanter Crystal Arrow misses.
Doesn't connect though. Cyclone has been used though by X-Buy, and that's again possibly an opportunity here for KBG. Andran starting to accelerate. They want the free hit, but Z presence is being felt, and now they turn. Yu's gonna be dead. KG gonna be the next target, and he has to fall back, has to flash. Andran is still being able to free it. Jumps right around, but Z is ready for the trap and kills him immediately. And now the Ton is gonna be in trouble. Z is there, connects the shuriken and gets the damage as well. You should never face Z, because he will kill you off. Triple kill already, but it's Assassin, the best mid laner right now in this game. And Thundertalk disways KBG.
The one-man wrecking crew, the once crowned king of the mid lane, is starting to show off again in this series. Thundertalk's mid laner Z getting 3 kills in a sweep. And again, regardless of how good KBG is playing the team fight, this Akali is a problem. Let's look into that replay once again. Enchanted Crystal Arrow not connecting, and all those ultimates missing its mark was a positive for KBG. But whenever Z enters the fray, whenever Z enters the fight, it's a problem automatically. Goes for Shauma, misses the Shuriken flip. It doesn't matter. He will still have enough damage and was able to zone away Shauma. Anra 9 dashing in, not respecting Z at all. No, man, you can't do that. Not in game number 3.
Every time he connects the shuriken, someone dies. That's how insane Z is with this champion. The damage is just too much for KBG to handle. And now third dragon being threatened.
Yep. I mean, you look at run 9, he has to go full circle just to be able to cross the lane, because he knows that Z was there waiting to assassinate him.
They now turn onto the dragon. Good steal by the Dawn, but what will be the exchange? We know there is a con to this. Z is now here. Shin is gonna be fine despite a grand challenge. Good kill here by Dawn. They now turn onto Shin and doing some damage. That's a knock-up. That's Blastcone being denied. And now 2 for 2. Still, Thundertalk gonna be fine. 4 for 1. 4 for 3 here. Who will win? Shamla or the Ash though will get taken down. Finally, KBG finds an opportunity. It's only Z that's left.
I mean, Z was not able to participate in that T-fight. Was it even a fight? Like KBG just dismantled and just took the hands of Thundertalk one by one. Now is the time for Z.
No energy.
Okay, well right now Z if he can win this 1v4, then yeah, you can easily say that he's a god incarnate in the mid lane. But no, he's not going to even attempt to go for this Baron. A massive upswing for KBG. They recognized immediately that ThunderTalk was not in the perfect position. And again, we have to credit that tone on this Aatrox. Without the threat coming from ThunderTalk to really pin him down, to kill him down, he was just free to really put on his brain out there. Kind of want to commend Xiaoma as well. He's been the best counter to this Rakan pick, and we all know this, right? Morgana easily counters the Rakan just because of the black shields and the dark binding. If you ever get hit by the dark binding, you cannot really dance away. You cannot really fly away. And you look at this team fight, I mean, Z had one thing in mind, and that's to chase Anra 9. Anra 9, though, at least in this interaction, was able to maneuver away and outsmart Z in the process.
And that allowed them to get 4 kills and a Baron right now to fully utilize taking the inner turrets down. Z is there on the bot side, which is actually not a good sign. Finally goes back into the base, joins the rest of ThunderTalk, and is looking to pose for the fight.
12-9 into the kills department. Look at that zone. Where is the engage coming from? You have to just be mindful of Z. Where will he show up? If he shows up on the top lane, KG might be in trouble, but the mid lane is now being focused down by KBG.
Yeah, arrow coming through as well. Will it connect? No more. They pause, and the flash comes through from Z, annihilating KG immediately. But the backline has been breached. Xiaoma doing a really good job with the shell shackles. And now Z joins once again. The shuriken connects. Stasis is going to be used to buy some time. Shin as well, with the tactical sweep, will be backing away for now. KBG still has the upside in that because they managed to take this inhibitor tower in mid.
Yeah, they should be happy with what happened, right? Like, that is a one for one when it comes to champion casualties. But more importantly, they were able to take down the inhibitor tower here in the mid lane. We saw it from that team fight alone that Z was pressed to make a decision. He went for KG on the top side. And that was easily recognized by KBG. The perfect execution number 2 had to be used to even, just to close the distance. And that's quite unfortunate because that's a huge chunk of damage coming from Z. Now this Elder Dragon fight is mostly going to decide who's going to win this. Again, I mean, it's so hard to predict as to who's going to win this. Even though there's a lead for KBG, Z can still turn around the fight by himself.
But he can be mispositioned at times. So again, it's so difficult to fight, to know what is actually going to be happening here. Anran! Oh no, that's the opportunity once again here for Z. Pops in the ult, but Anran gets deleted in an instant. Xiaoma's going to be next. But Z is dead. That's the time for KBG to now strike. But Shin goes in. KG is being met with so much damage. The flash by SMY. Close to this. Double knock-up as well. Backline has been breached. Mayday, Mayday. ThunderTalk is closing the distance right now. X-Spy leading the pack. The Con is still alive. KBG should be fine, but Elder Dragon is now the target for ThunderTalk.
1-4-3, but the Dragon is still up for contention. We have to remember that Atone is still alive. Can just easily press the World Enter to have that necessary move speed. And you look at Shin. Shin is just trying to lock down this Aatrox. A steal can be deadly for ThunderTalk's chances.
Shin is preventing any access, even if the World Ender has been casted by the Thon, it cannot reach the Elder.
Okay.
And again, an opportunity presented to ThunderTalk. Elder Dragon taken.
The gold lead easily got erased in an instant. ThunderTalk's 4 other members was able to catch up. All thanks to Z's heroics, finding on run 9, dishing out a huge amount of damage to Xiaoma before dying was definitely a very big swing for ThunderTalk. Not to mention that SMY, he was late to the party, but it doesn't matter. Quickness of the Grand Entrance onto 2. Perfect. Picture perfect.
Little knock off.
Oh no, binding.
Chain might actually fall down. Should be fine, especially after that stasis.
Bit scary. SMY, again, can easily get countered by the Morgana. Dark Binding, Black Shield. Lots of utilities to really counter out this Rakan. So far, so good for KBG. But ThunderTalk with the Elder Dragon, they cannot find this. I'm talking about KBG. They cannot fight ThunderTalk right now.
And just because of that Elder Dragon, Thundertalk was able to get a free Baron, especially after spotting out Andran in the bot lane, helping out KG defend this tower.
Oh man, crazy. Okay, so slowly inching in, Thundertalk side has Z there, split pushing as well. Methodical approach by Thundertalk, knowing that they have the upper hand, knowing that they have the Elder Dragon, the Baron buff as well. KBG cannot do a thing.
They have to give this inhibitor tower to waste the Thundertalk. A 3 is being taken right now. The base is wide open. Arrow connects, but they still have the shield. They want to end this game right now. 7,000 gold lead, double objectives right now. That's the call. They go in. Next ultimatum as well. Going to be breaching the backline, but he focused on the Nexus.
Okay.
KBJ cannot do a thing, and Thundertalk leads the series.
Thundertalk, regardless of what happened mid-game in where KBG was able to reverse their fortunes, Thundertalk still very formidable, led by their mid laner Z, outperforming Anran